Many sailors say the North Channel and the Georgian Bay is the best freshwater cruising in the world. Sailing in these amazing waters at the foot of the Lake Mountains has long been a dream for Mary and I, but getting there is not an easy task because the trip would entail 400 nautical miles of sailing across open waters of Lake Huron and the Georgian Bay. Our float plan is Leg 1, sail from Port Sanilac to Kincardine, Ontario. Leg 2, Kincardine to Tobermory. Leg 3, Tobermory to Killarney, the gateway to the North Channel. Leg 4, Killarney to Baie Fine. Leg 5, sail up Baie Fine to the pool. And Leg 6, Baie Fine to the Covered Portage Cove. And then finally sail back home again. After many months of planning and looking forward to the trip, the day of our departure finally arrived. We departed the dock at 4:30 a.m. and navigated our way out into the ink-black darkness of Lake Huron. At last we were underway. Today's sail will take us across Lake Huron to Kincardine, Ontario.
Well, this is the first day of our adventure. We departed from Port Sanilac at 4:30 this morning. We've been on the water for about 2 hours, and we've covered about 8 nautical miles, and we have about 40 nautical miles to go.
Kincardine is known for their bagpipe parade every Saturday night that terminates with a concert in the park. Don't miss the view from the lighthouse. On Leg 2, we sailed from Kincardine to Tobermory. The wind and waves would push us a bit out of our comfort zone.
Out here today. We just
At sunset, we realized we wouldn't make the tip of the Bruce Peninsula on our current tack, so we fired up the engine. We reached the Tobermory Range at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is a stretch better sailed in the daylight. After a few hours of sleep, we struck out on our next leg from Tobermory to Killarney. The Killarney Mountain Lodge Marina is a great place to enjoy a little civilization before anchoring out.
With a load of iron over 26,000 tons more, when the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed him dear. That good ship adventure was a poem to be tuned when the gales of November came her me. Sweet Caroline, through time.
In and out. This one's actually going very funny. Oh, okay, I feel.
On the next leg of our voyage, we sailed from Killarney down the Lansdowne Channel to Baie Fine.
Out of Tobermory, today we have just a couple hour sail, maybe 3-hour sail over to Marianne Cove, and there we'll have the fun of trying to anchor with the bow out and the stern tied ashore. So that's always fun to get everything set just right. But it looks like the smoke is lifted quite a bit, and we have a beautiful view. Then, let's see, there's an island up here, and we go on the far side of the island. Basically, I'm just going to stay on this dotted line for the small craft route. There's another sailboat coming in the other way, so hopefully we'll have to squeeze past him. Named True North, and it was from Connecticut.
Are you okay? That's more than what you want.
So.
Marianne Cove is one of our favorite places to anchor out because it offers close proximity to the hiking trail up Cassin Peak.
This morning we got up and listened to the Roy Eaton show on VHF channel 71, and now we're getting ready to start the long hike up Fraser Hill, and Mary's right up ahead here. She's already started hiking, and now the trail heads up through there. And all I see is a bunch of rocks and a cliff, so it'll be interesting to see what that hike is like.
After the weather cleared, we sailed to the end of Baie Fine and anchored in the pool for the day.
Okay, thanks. Over the mountain, there's a lake called Lake Topaz that's really beautiful that we are looking forward to seeing. And there's not a whole lot of traffic in the pool today. Not a lot of folks anchored, and I've heard that it's very weedy out here, so a lot of folks are avoiding it this year. But I think on one cylinder right now, it's pretty much as much power as we can get, but we're getting enough power to move and not row. So as long as we don't mind smelling a little smoke, at least we're able to have propulsion. It says recommend sturdy hiking shoes, but luckily all I have is water shoes, but they seem
I don't know the best way to get down.
There's like a little rock you can sit on, I remember. Oh yeah, okay, right down here. Mountain range just kind of runs off. There's like a ridge that heads out. Hey! Wow. Well, this is exciting seeing you guys. You guys are heading back to the pool?
One of the highlights of the trip was running into our friends Eric and Dina aboard Starfish Enterprise. We enjoyed anchoring together at Marianne Cove. On the next leg of our trip, we sailed from Baie Fine to Covered Portage Cove.
Here we are approaching the entrance to Covered Portage Cove. We left Marianne Cove this morning, and there's a very skinny passage we have to go through up here, and a bit of a breeze blowing through here, and if you look at just the right angle on the shoreline there, you can see the outline of the face of the Indian chief that marks the entrance to the cove.
Portage Cove, and we are now heading over to where that dinghy's at to do the trail to walk up
that ridge. Probably take pictures of our boats underneath. Just like that. There were about 18 boats in the cove overnight, but now I think we're down to like 6 or 7. A couple new boats have come in. That rock over there says otter, but we don't know why. So maybe sometime we'll figure it out. Our boat isn't visible yet.
Oh, let's go back then. Okay, we're starting to be able to see the bay. I guess we keep going that way.
You can see.
Again, whoever marked the trail with these red ribbons did a nice service for for hikers that come through here. See our sailing vessel Blue Latitudes down there, down below. Wow, what a beautiful view from up here. Mary, look, coming through the passage right now, there's that blue tartan. I remember they were up at Marianne, and then we also saw them up at the pool. I remember we talked to them for a minute. I can't remember. Looks like a few more boats have shown up.
Pipe off the side of it.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, I think we have found the remains of the old cottage that I remember from 2019, and sadly there's very little left of it. Just a small bit of the foundation left, and all of the walls are gone. Looks like they've all been torn out. Yeah, there's hardly any left of it. I remember. After our stay in Covered Portage Cove, we sailed back to Killarney, then back to Tobermory. We're just pulling out of Killarney this morning, and we're heading for Tobermory. And this is expected to be about an 8-hour sail today. So far it's looking like the winds might be, at least to start out, giving us a beam reach, which would be nice. They were predicting earlier winds out of the Tobermory, and we're still dodging the rain out here. So far we've avoided it, and I don't know if that just showed up on camera, but a bat just flew by. There he goes, he's right there. It's a bat, here he comes. Oh my gosh, what in the world?
What is it doing?
What is a bat doing out in the middle of the Georgian Bay? Something. Here he comes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he just landed on the main.
He did not.
He's hanging on to the mainsail. And it looks like he's gonna. After the bat went on his way, the wind freshened and we got back to the business of sailing. Well, the wind's picking up a bit and we're getting a little bit of rain. And we're making our final approach into Tobermory, and off of the bow I see the red beacon on shore, lighthouse with the solid red light. This is our slip in Tobermory. We were fortunate to get a slip right by town here. Looks like there's a lot of nice restaurants to explore. And that restaurant up on the hill is the Tobermory Brewing Company. It's the red building with the white lights on it. You can barely see the tip of our mast over the guy with the baseball hat. And I'm having fish and chips.
You.
Oh, you don't want to be on YouTube? Well, I think we're good.
Next, we sailed from Tobermory to Kincardine. The seas were much more serene than the last time we sailed this lake. Good morning. It's about 5:30 and we're working our way out of the Tobermory harbor. We've got a half hour yesterday, but we didn't make it over in time to have a look at it. It's a little after 6 a.m. and we're following the Otter Island, Georgian Bay range from east to west. And as soon as we get through this range, we'll go around the tip of the Bruce Peninsula, and then we'll be out on open Lake Huron. And at that point, we'll set our course straight for Kincardine. So we have at least a little bit of light. We can see what the sun is just rising this morning. 6:42. We have a little feathered friend up here that stopped for a rest, and he was flying across the lake here and he saw us sailing along. He thought he'd stop for a little rest. Looks like he's kind of breathing heavy, so we'll just let him. Oh, got a little too close. Well, now he's up on the spreader up there, or on the shroud. But
So we are still in Lake Huron, and the other exciting thing that we are doing is passing the 45th parallel right now. I know on Michigan side that's around Harrisville, so on Canadian side it's around Garden Island.
Yeah, Mary saw those on Marine Tracker earlier, and we're definitely going to have to walk over later and investigate what those ships are. Quite beautiful, both of them. Hey Mary, what was our slip number again? Okay, thank you.
Our mood was somber as we set sail on the last leg of our journey from Kincardine to Port Sanilac.
But we also have a nice north wind, anticipated to be 15. But yeah, we're bittersweet leaving this morning because this is the last leg of our trip, and I guess you always get a little homesick by the end of the trip, but certainly not so homesick that we're ready to leave. We're just crossing the international line between the U.S. and Canada. We set sail right at 6 o'clock this morning, and we have about 26 and a half miles to go to Port Sanilac.